Good afternoon, world. It is 10:40 a.m. in the morning. I woke up very early today. My check didn't come in yet. My check might be coming in today, but I mean, if it does come in today, I can get my beer and smokes. If not, then I'm gonna have to try and bum like $1.50 off my stepmother so I can get my 20 pack of smokes. Hear the noise I'm eating breakfast. I thought it was 1 o'clock when I woke up, and I checked. It's only 10 o'clock. I went to bed like 2. Went to bed like 2 o'clock last night. I was gonna go on the treadmill, but I was very tired, so I took yesterday off again, and I went to bed around 2. No, I went to bed around like 11:30, 12. Then I woke up again. I ate a bit of food, drank water, and I went back to bed at like 2. I just woke up. It's only 10:40 a.m. And my check didn't come in yet. It might come in today or tomorrow. My welfare check. Yeah. It usually comes in around 11:30, 12. It's only 10:40 a.m. Around 11:30, 12 it comes in. I hope it comes in today. Otherwise, if it does come in today, I can get my beer and smokes. I can get my food. I'll get like shawarma again today. Yeah, that's shawarma. I'll get shawarma. See, it's funny because right now, the dishwasher is still working at Coco Fruity. He just like started. He's only been working for maybe a few hours at Coco Fruity. It's like it's usually I start at 9 or 10, right? So he just like started his shift. I said I'm off today, so I'm happy. Honestly, I'm fucking off. Yeah, so happy I'm off. He only gives me 2 days off a week, man. Like I gotta work 3 shifts after. He's gonna make me work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then he'll give me Saturday off. And he'll make me work Sunday, obviously. He'll make me work Saturday, Sunday. It's nice because I work on 5 days a week. I'm gonna get nice checks, like almost $800 checks every 2 weeks. 750, like 750 plus dollar checks. I'm gonna be making every 2 weeks, which is nice. I put 200 in my savings. I just hope to God the bank doesn't freeze my check again, man. I think it's only my first check they froze because I haven't deposited a check at the bank in like years. Last time I had a job was beer market and Coors back in 2018. So I haven't worked since 2018. I worked like 2 shifts at Mopify. I only did 2 shifts. That doesn't really count. See, I haven't worked in like 5 years, man. I've been just collecting welfare checks since 2020. I've been collecting welfare checks, obviously. I told you I'm annoyed of welfare checks. I don't like waiting a month for my fucking check. It's annoying. 700 enough is not, a month is not enough. $1,000's pretty good, but even $1,000 a month is not as much money as I'm not making as much money as what I'm doing working at Hello Fruity. I'm saying, Hello Fruity, I'm making almost 800 every paycheck. 1,600 a month I'm making. You see the difference? Obviously, I'm saving 400 a month. Yeah. By the end of the year, I'll save like 3,000, 33, 3.3, 3,300, 3,500. We're June right now, so we're halfway through 2023. So 6 times 4 is 20. Yeah, 400 times 6 months is 12. Save, yeah, about $3,000. My first, if I get my offer check today, I'm gonna put 500 in my savings. Yeah, I'll save close to like 2,800 maybe. 2,500, 2,800, 3,000 by the end of the year. So I'll have enough to get my book edited, obviously. So I'm saying, because my book is my priority. I want to get it edited. So I'm saying, my book is my priority. I want to get it edited. So I'm saying, I want to get it edited, obviously. Yeah. I don't know if I'll talk about the girlfriend topic today. I think I should talk about Sky Source today. I don't know. I like talking about the girlfriend thing because it's cool me getting my first girlfriend, but I mean, potentially getting my first girlfriend ever in my life. I'm 31 years old. I never had a girlfriend. I do. All guys have girlfriends. By 30 years old, every guy who's 30 years old, they all had girlfriends. They all had at least one girlfriend. If the guy's good looking, if the guy's a pretty good looking guy, or he's very good looking, chances are he had at least one girlfriend. In his 20s, he had at least one girlfriend in his 20s. Obviously. There's some guys who never had girlfriends in high school. That's common. It's very common to find guys who never had a girlfriend in high school, but like once they hit college, that's when they like guarantee they have flings and they end up having girlfriends. In other words, all the guys who are very square in high school, who are virgins and all that stuff, once they go to college, that's when they unsquare themselves and they lose their virginity, they hook up with women. Well, that's when they end up getting girlfriends most of the time. When they hit college, university, that's when they end up getting girlfriends. There's some guys who pick up women even when they're in high school, obviously. By high school, they already hooked up with a woman, obviously. Some of them, a lot of guys who go to high school are usually virgins. Or they lose their virginity around like their senior year, they lose their virginity around them. They lose their virginity, they lose their virginity, obviously. Obviously. So I told you, all my so-called Darcy friends, the ones who I hung out with, they all had girlfriends or flings with women. Yeah, my so-called best friend had 2 girlfriends. My other so-called best friend, the guy who had a rich father, obviously, he had girlfriends too. He had flings and he had like a girlfriend too. He had a girlfriend towards the end of grade 11. He started dating a chick. Obviously, he had a girlfriend, and he liked another chick. He had a fling with her. I think they just like made out and stuff, maybe hooked up, but they made out. It didn't work out, and he ended up dating another chick. He was like 2 years younger than me. The other guy who's the electrician guy, he He had a girlfriend in grade 9, but I didn't go to Darcy in grade 9. In grade 10, 11, he didn't have a girlfriend, but he was flinging with a chick. They flinged. I think that chick he flinged with, he's now married to, and they have kids together. I think, if I'm correct. I remember at school he kept. This is a bit R-rated, guys. I remember at school he kept telling me, "Yeah, I'm thinking of going to go get my. I'm thinking I'm going to go get my dick sucked and all that stuff." He kept telling me that. Like, why did you say that? I was like, "Yeah, he's flirting with the chick, obviously." And I think the chick that he flirting with, he's now married to. They have kids together. Sincere? Yeah, all of my so-called friends. The other guy who was he was a pretty good friend of mine in grade 10, and we had an altercation. Grade 11, we were not that close, obviously, but he was a pretty good friend of mine. The guy with the rich grandparents. I told you the story. He had a girlfriend, obviously, in grade 9, and in early grade 10, and she broke up. His girlfriend broke up with him early grade 10, because the other guy stole his girl from him. Obviously, I told you the story. I you had a lot of drama with your friends. Oh yeah, a lot of drama with my friends. The one guy who he lives like up the street from me. He was a not bad friend of mine. I hung out with him like a few times back in grade um, back when I was 14. I used to hang out with him quite a bit with the girls and all stuff. He was a not bad friend of mine. He wasn't. Me and him were not tight like the other guys. But he would tell you, yeah, me and Ivan was a not bad like school friend of mine. I talked to him a few times, but like we weren't really tight. I had nothing against him, man. He's a chill guy, but he stole my pretty good friend's girl, man. He stole her. I was saying, he stole her. I was saying, yeah. And I remember like, Ivan, yeah, he started flirting with a guy's girl like in the summer. The summer, going even in the summertime, going into grade 10, he was already flirting with the other guy's girl. And then by school year, the guy found out. He said, "Hey man, stop flirting with my chick." Obviously, yeah, and it was obviously yeah, and he stole the chick from my pretty good friend. I guarantee my pretty good friend was crushed when he found out the other guy stole his girl from him, man. I remember my pretty good friend. I don't know if he had sex with her, but I remember he told me, yeah, we made out in the shower. So chances are he probably did have sex, obviously, most likely, right? But he didn't tell me that. He says, yeah, we made out in the shower. He told me stories. Yeah, all my so-called friends had their moments, man. They had girlfriends, they had flings, they did stuff with women, obviously, make out sessions and more. Yeah, like making out in the shower, oral sex, some even sex. Yeah, and Sarah. All I had those moments, man. I never had any of that. And Sarah. Yeah. My pretty good friend's younger brother was a pretty good friend of mine too. The electrician guy who worked at McHugh, who talked about the rich people, the rich owner who owns McHugh. There's a guy who owns McHugh. He's rich, obviously. He used to brag how rich the guy was. Yeah, man, he makes like 300, 400K a year, Ivan. He owns like $1 million, like an 800,000 house. He has an indoor pool. I went to his house live with a party, and the whole time my family are the fucking gatekeepers. Way, way richer than that guy. They're fucking the richest people in the world. And I'm a son of God. I'm much richer than all those guys. Their wealth is pockets from my wealth. Yeah. He had a younger brother. He was a pretty good friend of mine too. I hung out with him a lot. His younger brother I hung out with a lot too. He had a girlfriend too. You see what I'm saying? How all my so-called friends obviously had girlfriends. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You have the other friends? Yes. There's another guy who went to. I knew him since he was young. I knew him for years. I knew him since he was like in grade like 5, grade 6. Since I was in grade 6, I knew the guy. But I hung out with him a lot too. He was like best friends with my so-called best friend too, with the rich cousin. He was like he was a so-called best. He was a so-called best. He wasn't my best friend, but he was a good friend of mine. Um, but he was best friends with the other guy who was my so-called best friend too. He considered them best friends. Obviously, I slept over his house like a few times. Um, I hung out with him a lot of times. Obviously, he had multiple girlfriends too. He had a hot girlfriend. That guy actually. For some reason, that guy was able to pick up women. Man, he had hot like girlfriends. Yo, man, like I remember his first girlfriend he had. This is back 2007. She was hot, man. I'm like, holy shit, this guy can pick up chicks. Good looking dude, obviously. He had hot like girlfriends. All his girlfriends, all the chicks he flinged with were his girlfriends. They were hot, man. Like, holy shit, this guy can pick up chicks. He has hot fucking girlfriends. Yeah, he had flings and moments. He had flings and moments too. And he told the story of how he lost his virginity to his first girlfriend. He told me that story. Yeah, I lost my virginity to my girlfriend. He said that, obviously. I think he lost his virginity at like 15 years old, man. He lost it when he was young. You see what I'm saying? How all my so-called friends, they had their moments with they had girlfriends, they had flings. Some of them lost their virginity, they had sex. Some of them had makeout sessions and a bit more. Not sex, but they had makeout sessions and a bit more. I think most of my friends lost their virginity in high school. They all lost it in high school. I think. I think they all lost their virginity in high school. All my so-called friends, they lost their virginity in high school, and I still have my virginity to this day, and I'm 31 years old. From Zara. That's why it's a sad story, obviously. Yeah. From Zara. Yeah. Why do you call them so-called friends? Because they were not my real friends. They were fake. They were chill. We had good moments, but they were. Now that I think about it, yeah, they were not my real friends. They were fake friends, obviously. Because if they were really good friends, they would have told me about that I'm God. They would have told me that none of them even told me the doors were locked on me, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan has no idea the doors are locked on him. He doesn't know his family are the richest family in the world. They're fucking the gatekeepers, trillionaires. He doesn't know that he separated him as the world separated him from his wife. The mess happened. He doesn't know about any of that. Yes, they kept that from me. He doesn't know that he's God, that he has the keys. They all kept that from me. That's why they're all a part of the game. Obviously, yeah. Let's not call Ivan shit. That's why they were not really my real friends. Obviously, yes, we had chill moments, but they were not my real friends. They were fake friends. Obviously, they're my so-called. That's why I call them so-called friends, because they weren't my real friends. Obviously, I actually had a lot of friends in high school. Holy shit, I had a lot of friends, man. I had a good like five, maybe six close ones who I hung out with. And the other ones were not. They were like friends, but they were not bad. I didn't hang out with them much, obviously. Yeah, all these guys at Darcy all had their moments with their girlfriends, their boyfriends, or they had flings with women, make out sessions, even sex with women, obviously. I remember this one guy. I knew him since St. Mark's, since grade four. I met him in grade four. All the guys who I went to Darcy with, I grew up with all of them since like grade four. I grew up with all of them since we were all like 8, 9 years old, pretty much, right? And they all went. We all went to Darcy. Obviously, it's actually crazy. You know what I'm saying? And now they're all like 31. It's crazy with kids engaged. Yeah, there's a one guy. He was a he. I consider him to be. It's weird because I considered him to be like my so called best friend, but I didn't really hang out with him much. He hung out with this other black guy, and he hung out with that guy who stole my pretty good friend's girl. They were tight. Those three guys. I remember me and him were pretty tight. I invited him over to my birthday. I went to his birthday. I hung out with him a few times, obviously. And over the years, we just didn't hang out as much, obviously. In Darcy, I didn't hang out with him much. I still kind of consider her to be kind of my so-called best friend in a way. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't hang out with him much. He was best friends with this other black guy, and the guy who stole my girlfriend's girl. They were good friends with those guys. He's good friends with those guys. He had girlfriend. He never had a girlfriend in high school. He never had a girlfriend in high school. I don't think he had a girlfriend in high school. But grade 7 and 8, he had like 2 3 girlfriends. He dated he dated he dated one chick that I ended up liking in grade 10, in grade 7, and in grade 8 he dated her younger sister. I remember that. In grade 8 they dated, obviously. And I think he dated another chick. You see what I'm saying? How they all had fucking girlfriends, yes. And in high school he had no girlfriends, but he had makeout sessions and flings with girls. As I remember when I hung out with him, it was me and him and these 2 girls, obviously. He liked this other chick, but the chick he liked, her friend liked him, and we went to this dance, and I was like sitting down with the chick that he liked, and he was dancing with the other chick, and he ended up making out with her right in front of both of us. And me and the chick are just staring at each other like, what the fuck, and I left. You had a lot of fucking moments. You feel yeah, man. I had a lot of moments in my life where I felt like shit. It was so awkward because like he was with he liked the one chick, obviously. He liked the one chick, obviously, but her friend liked him too. The chick's friend liked him too, and I was sitting down on the couch with the chick with the chick he liked, obviously, and he ends up making out with the chick, like hardcore making out with her. I'm like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird. I ended up leaving. He said, Ivan, why'd you leave? I'm like, look, man, like you were fucking making out with her for like 5 minutes in front of me and the girl. I fucking left. Happened to me twice. This happened to me twice, man. Holy shit, Ivan, you have a sad life. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It happened to be like he made out with her. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that guy, um, the guy ended up being pretty successful. He owned a club in Ottawa. He ended up going clubbing and living the party life in his 20s. He ended up owning a club in Ottawa. I don't know how successful that club was, but he owned his own club in Ottawa, and he moved to Toronto, and now he's doing like modeling. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing modeling, and he also owns his own clothing brand, and he has like 30,000+ subscribers on his Instagram. So I think he's doing pretty good for himself. He owns his own. He owns a nice fucking condo. He won't be me. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing pretty good for himself, obviously. Yeah, man. I told you all my so-called friends. Holy shit, I mean, crazy story. Yes, all my so-called friends at Darcy, they all had girlfriends. The ones who I was good friends with, and even the ones who I was not that good friends with, a lot of them had girlfriends, or they had flings and makeout sessions with women, or some of them lost their virginity in high school. Some of them lost their virginity when they hit college, but most of them probably lost their virginity when they were in high school. They lost their virginity. They lost their virginity, obviously. Samsara. Yeah. Samsara. And then, I don't know, finally this year I man up and you know what I'm saying, and I go for the redhead and I actually get my first girlfriend. Oh, holy shit, it feels good to have a girlfriend, man. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing feeling to have a girlfriend. It's an amazing feeling to have a girlfriend, honestly. And she's hot. She's hot. Yeah, she's hotter. In my opinion, she's hotter than what? All the Darcy women who went to Darcy, I think she's hotter than all of them. Um, I think she's hotter than all the Darcy women. Well, there's one who I find who's really hot. You can argue it's maybe a tie with her. But the other ones, I think she's hotter than all of them, to be honest. Did Darcy have a lot of hot chicks? Nah, not really. I mean, the ones in my grade, there's only maybe, I don't know, maybe 12 of them, 15 of them who were pretty hot. The other ones were not that hot. Darcy did not have the hottest chicks, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when I was in Darcy, obviously, a lot of the guys were liked those girls, obviously, and then once they hit like college, they forgot about those chicks, and they all went for the other college chicks. We went to Heritage, we went to Algonquin, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember them telling me, yeah, man, there's a lot of hot chicks at school at Heritage. Back in 2009 when I was going to ILED, I remember the guy telling me, yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks at Heritage, man. They just started school. This is back in '09, man, yeah. Heritage College, right? Yeah, it's crazy how time flies by. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some Sarah. Some Sarah, yeah. And finally I get my first girlfriend in the side, and you know what I'm saying? If she does take pictures of me and her together, all the Darcy people are gonna be tuning in. Obviously, they're gonna feel a bit like shit. Obviously, they're gonna be a bit jealous because I'm why I'm sounding all special. Yeah, how does it feel? I remember all you guys making out with all these fucking girls and men at the fucking dance. I remember at the dance, all these people who had girlfriend boyfriends all made out, man. They all made out at the dance. I felt like shit. Oh man, how does it feel? I have a fucking hot girlfriend. Yeah, you feel it a little bit. Yeah, yeah, you go, you deserve, man. Some saying, yeah, man. Some saying. Why did you have any other friends? Yeah, I had like a couple more. I actually had quite a lot of friends in Darcy. Holy shit! Like I had like six close friends. No, I had like about four close ones, and the other ones are pretty. I was pretty close to them. Five close ones. The other ones are well, I'm not as close to them, obviously. My point is, they all had like girlfriends or makeout sessions and flings with girls. You see what I'm saying? That's my point. And so whenever especially when I'm king with VJ, they're really gonna feel like shit. Because me and VJ are the perfect couple, obviously. But whenever they see me with the other chick, they're gonna be holy shit, I even got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how hot is she? Look at her. Holy shit, she's hot. She's a hot chick. And they might be a bit jealous, obviously, because I'm why. Because I'm why they're gonna be a bit jealous, obviously, of when they see me and her together, pictures of me and her together. Yeah, it's guaranteed she might take pictures of me and her together. She might do that. She might take pictures of me and her together. Hopefully, I get my welfare check today, man, so I can get my beer and most of my food. Yeah. So, Sarah? Yeah. I will. Do people care when you have a girlfriend? No, they won't really care. Obviously, the world won't care that much because she's not VJ, obviously, and what there'll be some people in the streets might be a bit jealous, but they'll be fine. Obviously, they'll be fine. It's like when I see a super attractive couple, I get a bit jealous. I give it a bit of stare, but I'm still fine. Obviously, I'm saying I'm still fine, but I'm why I'm special, man. Some of them might get a bit jealous. Obviously, look at Ivan. Ivan's 31 years old and he has his first girlfriend. And we all had all that when we were in high school and in college and university. Yes, I never had any of that, man. in my teens or my 20s. And finally in my 30s, I get a girlfriend. I get a fucking girlfriend. Yeah, man. I get a girlfriend. I get a girlfriend, Sarah. Finally. Yeah. That's why I'm not what? Letting employees know at work about the dates. If I go on a date with them, I'm not doing it. Because you don't want what? To cause drama in the workplace, obviously. I'm not saying there will be drama, but to prevent a potential drama, keep your lips sealed. Don't tell anyone at work. Just keep it to yourself, man. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Otherwise, if you tell them, they're gonna start hating on me like crazy, man, at work, and making me feel uncomfortable because of my keys, my cursed keys. Trust me, if I let them know, you're gonna see the employees start hating on me hardcore, man. Hating on me, man. With the keys, they're gonna start hating on me like crazy, and you're gonna see them they're gonna be. Some of them might be a bit pissed off. They might be a bit jealousy. They might start acting like children. Yeah, obviously, some Sarah. They might start acting like children. Obviously, that's why to prevent that, make sure you what? Don't tell them. Film taboosh. To prevent that, don't tell them, Samsara. Don't let them know. Oh, I work tomorrow. Word, man. I work tomorrow and I work Thursday and I work Friday. Friday, the chick works. So I can talk to her Friday, obviously. A bit more, but I mean. Yeah. All right, how old is she? She looks young. Wow, early 20s maybe. 21, 22, 23 maybe, around there. She's very young. She's my camera.